truth.
As some of you guys might know, I've stated it before, I have a degree related to computers. Specifically, that was cybersecurity. God had other plans for my life, obviously, but I'm going to share with you a paper I wrote on a book that I had to read in that class. A specific class was one of the first classes I had to take, and it was called Cyber Law, Policy, and Enforcement. Now, keep in mind that this was coming from a professor that was not a Christian. He had a past in the hacking world, and we had been told as students that we had several undisclosed CIA and FBI agents in the class. So this had quite a few of government agents or officials in it that were taking his class for a refresher or for some reason. When our graduating class graduated, they were hiring directly from our class for opening positions within those agencies. And the interesting part was that this whole book, here we are reading it, here we are hearing about occult groups and Satanists and witchcraft and all of this stuff, and the fact that they're using music in the media, and nobody is denying it. It is a fact. This became very important to me. And if you're interested in reading it, it is actually a really great read, mainly because as a Christian, it brought up a lot of connections with the occult and satanic involvement in cybercrime and in the cyberspace of the internet. And we're going to dive into that a little bit with some of what I said. This will be very, very short. But I said in my paper, a particular interest is the book's admittance of the use of hate speech utilized by groups or branches of neo-Nazism, white supremacy, or extremist Christians, later mentioning satanic groups, those who believe they are superior, supreme, and elitists in general, seem to use hate speech. There is a reason for this, as these groups are undeniably rooted in such mentalities. None is better than the other. Each is unique in having different mannerisms, talents, and skills, different but equal. However, when it comes to these groups, they are all different flavors of these kinds of things. I'm just adding that right now. But back to what I said. Rather insightful evidence of this is the statement of former Ku Klux Klan Grand Dragon Don Black, as he created a prominent hate speech website promoting white supremacy, using hate speech on their websites and social media platforms for recruiting and propagation of their ideas. Some groups use memes, humor, or even hateful language in music. Of course, we see that all the time. There's all kinds of sad, hateful speech and making fun of one another and all kinds of things, but mainly in music. You can see that a lot in music. But specifically with the Ku Klux Klan, it is this music, this hate language type music they offer, is a free gift of heavy metal to spread the anger and violence ideologies which benefit their agenda. The media is packed with subliminal messaging to convince those who are open to such ideas and bitterness and hate towards control, rules, government, and so on, to become like-minded in their cause. Interestingly, the Bible says that we are all vessels, either for Jesus Christ or Satan, according to how we act and the decisions we make daily. Every day and every moment is a choice for one or the other. Satan is called the accuser, not unlike hate speech. It originated with him. When we give in to all these things, especially putting each other down like this and using music to influence one another, is not godly. But it's interesting, coming straight from the words of this book in which they quoted this Ku Klux Klan Grand Dragon, that they use this music. Not unlike other groups. A lot of other groups do the same thing with music to do so, and they might mention others. So be careful and just know that what you are putting into your mind comes out and actually is kind of like a control mechanism, a psyop mission for them to get into your mind and plant seeds to control you. All right. Bye, guys.